All right, we're gonna go on an adventure today, and that is going to partially involve this, and you will see why in a minute. The tractor is not leaving home, but part of it will be. So before I do all that, I want to take a bale of hay out to the cows, as since it has been so dry, I've had to start feeding hay, and they eat it every few days. So that's what we're gonna do. I also see something that bothers me, so we're gonna turn this into a, should we turn this into a really difficult affair? I don't know. I see that the sediment bowl is almost full of sludge. But I'm thinking I'm gonna be smart about this and do what I set out to do and worry about that later. So, here we go! Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and we are going to take this hay bale to the cows, and then I'm going to rob the front tires off of this tractor and take them along with me, as I have bought another piece of rusty treasure, and I do not trust the tires that are on it, and I'll probably have to grease the bearings on that thing before I try to pull it home, because it's kind of far. But I got to thinking about it. These are the nicest tires, and they're the easiest to get to, because all I got to do is use the loader to lift the tractor up, zip them off, and go. So that's what's going to happen. Cold start? I don't know. Kind of. Come on, baby. Yeah, cold start. It ain't even that cold. She just don't want to run. I shouldn't have told it that I was going to take the tires off. Now it doesn't want to start. There we go. Whoa. I'm still using up last year's hay. I got 2 more bales. Should probably fire up the old mower one of these days and give it one final mowing on all the grass, but that's a low priority right now. Wow. So this is about half of the hay. I've got another pile of it on the other side of the farm, and that way I've got 2 different places I can pull from, depending on the weather conditions, see? But I don't know, since I'm feeding already, I'm gonna bet that I'm gonna probably have to buy more. I bet it ain't gonna last me the winter, so time will tell. All right, built-in handyman jack, see? Using the loader. That's why I thought, hey. And I thought, hey, why not drive through some cow crap right away too? That makes it more better. Didn't think that part of my plan through, did I? Yep. That really stinks, actually. That cow must have had some... must have had some kind of onions or something. Alright. Well, we'll get everything loaded up, and then I'll see you out there. Easy. Easy there, Horsey. This actually, this territory, it's on the opposite end of the county, is where I live. And I actually, when I started driving a school bus, this was my bus route. Way out here in the hills. So, we're about 45 minutes from home, I would say. I'm not exactly sure where they've got this treasure stored at, but I would say it's down here. Aha. There he is, waving us on. So we'll go up through here. They used to make maple syrup, so I don't think they do it anymore, but yeah. Where did we go? Oh boy. Well, your dad wasn't kidding. He said you had a little bit of everything. Uh-huh.
It's unbelievable the amount of Cummins gas that's around here.
Oh, from Grandpa working? And yeah, I know back in the day they could make whatever they wanted disappear, I think.
Yeah. They've got crates of oil cans and all kinds of valves for power generation.
So what would you say is the last time this was out and about? Any idea?
So, Dad said that they used it, I would say probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's been sitting here all my life.
I'm actually kind of amazed. The tires are better than I thought they would be.
Well, I inflated them yesterday. They were squatting a little bit, but they still had air in them.
I'm tempted now to just try it and see what happens. I brought different ones just in case, but
Different tires?
yeah, because I didn't know what I was going to run into, you know.
I'm surprised you knew what lugs were.
Well, six lug I assumed was standard implement, you know.
Sure.
I'm wondering if it's got a, would I be lucky enough that it has a grease fitting on it? Then I could just pump some grease in it and see what happens. Boy, I'm tempted now. I'm tempted to just, it's in better shape than what I thought.
Worst case scenario, you can feel the hubs and see if they're hot halfway. And
Yeah, because, I mean, all I can do is fail spectacularly. And I was worried about, like, if a bearing went out on the weekend, there's not really a lot of places you're going to go to get one, you know. So
the inside of it looks really good. We looked down in there.
he said he thought there was one little hole in it, huh?
Yeah, he said that I think whenever you have it full twice, you get a pile that's about this tall.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Of dust, which is pretty typical, I think.
Well, I think it's going to be all right for buying it by just over a picture.
Right.
Uh-huh. Well, like I said, I think I might just hook to it and hope for the best.
I mean,
it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe something good will happen. I don't know. Of course, something bad could happen for doing something on Sunday. So, but yeah, if I go slow, I think I'll be okay. I mean, it's one of those deals, though, like I've said before. If you didn't know any better, I could pull this thing 1,000 miles and never have any trouble.
Sure.
But if you know, then you can't hardly go 10 miles before there's trouble, you know? So, but yeah. I got a little bit better hitch pin, I think, probably, so I'll get to...
So those holes are a little bit offset from it turning over more before that ball.
Okay.
So you need a little bit smaller pin.
Okay, let me see what we got here.
You're more than welcome to look at some of the other stuff we have for sale.
Yeah, we can do that too here. I like to look at stuff, so I'll put this camera down and we'll... So, we're slightly less stressful than pulling that combine home, because at least this fits in the road. However, we were definitely on worse tires than we were on the combine, and I just decided to roll with it. I'm just not even gonna ask any questions. They were flat yesterday, and today they have air in them, and we're just gonna see what happens. Why, you ask? Well, because the tires I brought off the loader tractor are way too big to fit in there with those fenders on there. So we're not gonna use those unless we absolutely have to. And then who knows what'll happen. And if a bearing fails, why, then I'd say we're had. It's not hopping like I thought it would. I figured the old feller would hop down the road, but this is pretty stressful for me. I don't like moving equipment this far, so I'm gonna just put the camera down and I'll bring you back when we catastrophically fail something, because I promise you that with as many bad decisions as I'm making and the fact that this is Sunday, something bad's bound to happen. I don't know what yet, but we will see. I hear a lot of squeaking back there, so I'm going to adopt a new strategy. And that's going to be to roll up the window and turn on the radio. So there we go. There's some of my friends, the man-mans there. They watch my videos. They have equally as good luck as I do. So, yeah. I guess we'll call them if we break down. Maybe they can help. Alright, so we've entered hour 2 of this journey. I'm not even getting out to check. I'm just gonna keep going. You know? What's the worst that could happen? Well, it could lock up a wheel, catch fire, I'm not able to get unhooked, and then I die in the blaze. So, if that's the worst that could happen, you know, why worry about it? But we're taking a different way home than I normally would take, which will probably prove to be my fatal error, but it doesn't like to go much over 15 miles an hour before it starts hopping. So I figure if I just take these back roads and go along the river, that I can go slow, and if something bad happens, I can just shove it in the river, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that is always an option. Yep, nice scenic drive. Ignorance is bliss. We're just not going to look back. I still see that it's still back there. I can hear it squeaking. There's the river. And hopefully here in a second, you'll be able to see a covered bridge. We got to go up here around the bend a little ways though. But yeah, we're plugging right along. Every time I get over 15, it starts hopping, so I got to slow down. I'm hoping that a lot of that squeaking is just like the augers and the cradles and stuff. I would say it is. Whole river's pretty low out there. Of course, you can't see that because I'm a terrible cameraman, but trust me. You can see a little bit, maybe. And of course, I take a road that has no traffic on it, and then for some reason there's traffic. Like, I've had car after car taking this way. Why? Come on, pals. House is up on stilts. I really don't, yeah. They got to do that because this gets underwater when the old river comes out. So, oh sure, we're gonna meet a maggotum. All right, up here's the covered bridge. They did some restoration work on it probably 5 or 6 years ago. They actually stripped it all down, and then, I don't know, it sat like that for a long time, and they finally got the money, I guess, to finish it. But 1876, J.J. Daniels, the builder. Shieldstown Covered Bridge. I know that a lot of the old timers talked about farming down here in the bottoms, and when it would rain, they'd all go like mad with their equipment, and everybody'd drive on the bridge, and when the bridge was full, everybody else would get off and pile on. Think about how much weight was on that old wooden bridge. Nobody batted an eye. Pretty neat. Okay, come on. It's another car behind me. Another fun fact, this was part of my bus route at one time too, even though now we're on the opposite end of the county again. They couldn't find anybody who wanted to drive the highway route, so I took that leg of it for a while, and then would have to come back here and turn around. School bus turnaround. I would turn around up here and go back to the highway, but haven't had to do that for probably about 4 or 5 years, whenever they were working on that bridge. Oh my. Are we gonna make it? Possibly. We have another maybe 5 miles or so. So we're on the downhill slide, and things can only go downhill from here, so that's good. We might make it. The last turn, other than in the driveway. And there's still something that resembles a feed grinder hook back there, so that's cool. And it's still squeaking, so yeah. Quit that hopping. Old soybeans are ready, I think, so hopefully pretty soon we'll get it done. I wish it didn't have as many cockleburs in there as it did, but that last time we had that really hot, humid weather, that pretty well turned the screws in on it, and some of those things popped up out of there. Oh, cows. Your new lunch wagon has arrived. Oh, my friends. How did we make it once again? Well, I don't know, but we did. Looks a lot worse in the daylight, but that's to be expected. Didn't know that it had in fact been rolled over at once in its life. I bought it unseen, other than a couple pictures on the internet, because I knew these people. So I'm guessing that that dent doesn't amount to nothing up there. Probably doesn't affect anything. We'll look at it closer in another video, but Dad's got a 355 mil, I believe, and this is, I guess, probably older and smaller, would be my guess. There's your mineral feeder. He said in the description it had a little hole in the bottom and it would leak a little bit, and that his boy there said that it was just I would guess that it's right there is what he's talking about, where that duct tape is. So that ain't no big deal. We'll figure out how to make that more better. But for what I got in this, we can repair on it a little bit, because I've wanted one of my own. Like I said, Dad's had one for years, but I don't want to go dragging it back and forth all the time. And the little bit that I would grind doesn't justify buying a new one, you know. And this one was relatively close by. But anyway, kind of neat too, because this one actually has a sheller attachment on it. I doubt that that's probably ever been used, and it's kind of a strange deal from what I've read up on them, but we'll talk about that in the video when we just play with this. So anyway, this is where we're going to call it. As always, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up, and then leave a comment. You can tell me you like it, you can tell me you hate it, you can tell me you hate me, but whatever you say helps out the channel, and is supposed to make the magical algorithm-y thing do its thing and show our videos to more people, in which case things will just keep getting better. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.